And we're back for another episode. In this episode we're going to be doing the level 54 White Mage Quest. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, same routine every day, guys. We seem to be releasing these videos every day now. So, just more fates, more dailies, more beast tribe quests, and you level up really quick. So, anyway, we are here with Ichiva, a capped dragon head. So we actually moved around from the 52 quest to here. So let's see what we have to do. So the quest is called The Girl with the Dragon Tissue. Well, and we'll get the ability Stone Free. Nice. So deals earth damage with a potency of 210. So Ichiva is ready to resume the mission to purge the taint. So I'm terribly sorry for the wait, Mithrie. It has taken a while, but I believe we are now armed with sufficient knowledge of our destination. Let's continue on to the Western Highlands. First, I suggest we make a brief stop in Falcon's Nest. If there has been an anomaly in the area, the locals may be able to tell us something. Okay, so let's go straight to Falcon's Nest. It's why I said as well, like, one of the best things to do when making a new character is to finish the main story all the way to the max level, because then all of these teleports, all of these areas will be available. It would be annoying if you got to 54, somehow not doing the quests in Ishgard, and then you just can't access the future quests. So, anyway, let's go. Cool. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. So this is Falcon's Nest. To think that architectural styles can differ so even within the same nation. Going to new places is a veritable feast for the senses. Such wonders grandfather must have beheld in his journeys with Master Otoa. But such musings must wait. We have a task to do. Let's begin by speaking with the people here. When you have finished, pray come and meet me at the hamlet's northern entrance. Sounds good. Cool. Let's do it. So, I am unfamiliar with the taint of which you speak. We do consider dragons unclean, however. Speaking of the beasts lately, there has been reports of a strange woman skulking about their remains. We are on the lookout for her, lest she prove to be a heretic. Interesting. Next. Riding my oversized zoo mount. What's he have to say? So, the taint, never heard of it. We just had a strange visitor, however, a foreign woman with the stench of death about her. Suspicious as she was, I decided to steal a peek at her belongings, and forgive me, but the mere recollection of it is like to bring up my lunch. Anyway, after that, some few of us confronted her and demanded to know her purpose, and she refused to say a word. Nay, she looked straight through us with empty eyes and left the hamlet. As I recall, she was headed to the north and west. Wherever it is she has gone, we are well rid of her. Okay, so let's now talk to Ichiva. We can see what's going on. I'm assuming we're going to carry on a chase. I wonder what Stone Free looks like. So rumours of the strange woman are on everyone's lips. This is likely but a coincidence, but it appears we are headed in the same direction as her. There are water sources in the northwestern corner of the region, frozen lakes to be precise, and I will take our investigation there. I mislike the sound of this woman, and I'd sooner not cross paths with her, but we have a mission to fulfill. Let us keep moving. Awesome. Let's go. We need to go to here. We have to fly the length of the zone. So I am having fun doing it, but I'm doing it carefully, because what can happen is if you aim to level everything super quick, and it might take you weeks or months to do, by the time you'll finish that process, if you even get to the end, you'll be so burnt out and so bored of the process that you might not want to play the game anymore at all. So I am just doing the minimum. Dailies, Beast Tribe dailies, stuff like that. Like, and I prioritize the class quests and Beast Tribe dailies over everything else. So like, if I don't have enough time to do the Dungeons Roulette that day, so be it. Like, I'm not going to stay up late to do it. And I'm still leveling what I feel is really quick anyway. So, you know, I'm not going to complain. I will be 60 everything way before the next expansion. So I'm happy about that. And soon enough, in probably a couple of weeks, I'll be 60 in all tanks and all healers, which means it's going to be pure DPS from now on. It might not necessarily be good for for dungeons, because the queues might be a bit longer, but it means that doing fates will be a lot simpler, because I'll be able to DPS down the targets a lot faster than my tanks or healers could. So yeah. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. Let's talk to her. Cutscene. So, good gods, the stench is overpowering, even in the frigid climb. Forgive me for interrupting, but what are you doing? Searching. Rather more damage than I would have liked. But it will serve. After all, the experiment proceeds apace. Experiment? What in the heavens are you doing? So, why must I justify myself to you? Well, I suppose you have no obligation to do so. It's just not every day that I see someone rummaging through a dragon's corpse. So, I frighten you then. You must find me repulsive like the rest of them. No, you misunderstand. I didn't mean to give offense. Whatever you do is your business, to be sure, but it isn't safe to be alone out here. What would you suggest then? That I find a stout protector like your friend? As if anyone would be willing to help me. So, this aura you emanate, they sent you to hound me, haven't they? To remind that witch, Alaqua, that she has no place in the world. Alaqua? I am warning you, leave me alone. Okay. Well, that didn't go as well as we hoped. But at least she's not overly hostile. So, well, that was certainly queer. I know not what compelled me to speak with that woman. Alaqua, I believe she called herself, but I must confess to being morbidly curious about her experiment. But I mustn't let myself be distracted. We have work to do. Unless I am mistaken, the taint has manifested in this area. Let us split up and search for it. Sounds good. So that's what's really good about the story missions in this game. You can see that the stories and everything, they're completely unique to each class. They're like, the stories are not even slightly related to each other, even at all. Okay, here's a foul taint. So let's put up protect. Then stone skin. Cleric stance is already up, so let's do it. Cool. So let's put one of them to sleep and then focus on the other. That's stone 2. That's a good thing with White Mage. You can put targets to sleep, so no one says you have to fight them both at once. And there is always the temptation to just spam Holy on everything, but if you then are out of mana completely, it might put you in a difficult position later. And yeah, if you have a Chocobo companion, like I do, whenever you can, just always use it. Anyway. Oh, I was using stone, not stone 2. I forgot I switched it around in my bars. Actually, hopefully, if I finish my Chocobo weekly, then I should hit rank 18 this week with the Chocobo, which is pretty cool. Which then means I can get a few more skills into tanking. Basically, by the time you're level 20 with the Chocobo, you'll be able to be level 10 and in tank, DPS, and healer all at the same time with your Chocobo. And then if you keep the Chocobo in free stance, the Chocobo will do whatever is needed in any given situation. But yeah, like I said, just don't be scared to use sleep, or as it's called, repose, on your White Mage. It's really, really useful when soloing. So, and obviously cleric stands for more damage. So you found the taint and purified it, well done. Though I cannot help but wonder, is it truly coincidence that the taint chanced to have manifested where we met Alaqua? Being frozen to the bone isn't conducive to conversation. Let us return to Falcon's Nest and warm ourselves before we discuss matters in earnest. Okay, let's go back to Falcon's Nest. Whoop. Righty, righty. So let's see what she has to say. Wee, splat. So, with your most recent effort, I sense that your powers continue to grow. Suffice to say that this is a boon to our cause. The mission proceeds smoothly thus far. If we continue following the water vein, it should lead us to the source of the taint. As for the stranger Aliquot, never have I felt so unsettled in someone's presence. The thought that she might be connected to the taint also bothers me, but until we know for certain, it avails us naught to dwell upon it. For now, I shall resume my investigation of the water veins and try to deduce other locations where the taint might appear. Leave the investigative aspect of the mission to me, and pray continue honing your powers of purification. After all, no one else can purge the taint but you. Awesome. Let's get stone free, shall we? Ooh-ah. Nice. And that's it. Another quest done, another couple levels gained, and that's it. Next quest at level 56. So anyway guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me and goodbye from Mithrie.